Dylan ate his way through the whole game. How much food did you have, Dylan? You're unbelievable. Because I went back to the cafeteria in the 6th inning. They were all out of food. They were all gone.
Yeah.
At least 3 cupcakes.
Oh yeah, but I don't eat the frosting. I'm trying to watch my.
Oh,
I'm trying to watch my figure.
Hello and welcome back to Dodger Debate. I'm Jack Harris, the LA Times Dodger beat writer, along with our warmer columnists tonight, Bill Plaschke and Bill. Well, yes,
it's nice out here.
Notably dry, because the Dodgers did not win the World Series tonight. They lost Game 4 of the Fall Classic to the New York Yankees, 11-4. They tried to go with a bullpen game. Ironically, it was the one high-leverage reliever or somewhat high-leverage reliever they used that made the biggest mistake. Daniel Hudson giving up a grand slam to Anthony Volpe in the 3rd inning that put the Yankees in front. They pulled away late. We'll be back here tomorrow night for Game 5.
2 words, so what? Big deal. The Dodgers are going to win this thing. No team is down 3-0. They even come back and force to Game 5, maybe Game 6. So the Yankees will lose tomorrow night, guaranteed. This game was just calisthenics. And that's the way the Dodgers played it too. The Dodgers punted, and so did I.
Are you a big calisthenics guy?
Yes.
I don't know, Plash, man. You got Garrett Cole coming tomorrow.
All right.
I mean, he outpitched Flaherty in Game 1. Your guy
It was a
got
toss-
out.
it was a
your
toss-up.
guy got outpitched.
It was a toss-up. I called it a
your
toss-up.
your guy got outpitched.
In my column, I called it a toss-up.
Your guy got outpitched, and
Okay.
he's gonna get outpitched again tomorrow. And now all of a sudden, this series goes back to Dodger Stadium. I think it gets a little scary here. I mean, you can't, I mean, as awful as Aaron Judge looked, you don't want a team.
Hey, he got a hit.
Yeah, he got a hit, but you don't want a team with Judge and Soto and Stan hanging around longer than necessary, right? I mean, because they can go off. If I'm a Dodger fan right now, I'd be getting out my Jerry Tarkanian towel and chomping down on it.
Too early to panic. The Dodgers had.
Oh, you're going to be panicking like crazy tomorrow.
The Dodgers had the rested bullpen. All the high leverage Yankees were used today. Great bullpen. And Aaron Judge is not hit. He's not going to hit.
Plaschke, you forget that I grew up in Los Angeles and I grew up reading your columns. I know you're going to be panicking when they lose tomorrow.
I'm going to be totally panicked if they lose tomorrow.
Okay, but before we get to tomorrow, how do you guys view the bullpen and pitching decisions tonight? Because it's like you said, this kind of felt like a punt. It's the kind of game we've seen the Dodgers do a couple times before, Games 2 and Games 5 of the NLCS. They fell behind. They stayed away from their leverage guys even. And tonight, it was a 1-run game at the end of the 5th inning. It was only a 2-run game going into the 8th. But Dave Roberts left-landed knack in. He gave up a home run to Austin Wells. Then he went to Brent Honeywell, which did not go well at all in the 8th inning. We've seen this work in the past for the Dodgers, and we've seen the value that they've put on keeping their relievers fresh, avoiding extra times they've had to pitch and let the Yankees or let the opponent see them. That's worked in the past, but at the same time, like you said, it does feel, I'm gonna rip from my story now. It does feel like the Dodgers are playing with fire a little bit, and that they just handed the Yankees a lip match.
This has been much more of a high wire act, I think, than people realize, right? Because it's worked out so well. But the truth is that they don't have any margin for error, right? And the thing is, to get through a bullpen game, the reality was that they were going to need to get innings from guys like Knack, right? Guys like Honeywell was going to have to take down some innings.
Especially tonight with how much they had to use the bullpen in the first 3 games.
And so that's the thing, right? Is that and so you basically, okay, let's get rid of those innings first. Then we'll go to the high leverage guys at the end if we're still in it. I don't think they have a choice but to run it like this, right? I mean, despite
that's the bottom line. They don't have the starting pitching. All they have is 3 starters.
Yeah.
You don't have a 4th starter. You got to use a bullpen game. And I think the ultimate goal is to win the series, not win the game, win the series. They're up 3-1. I think they made the smart move tonight.
Now, should they have chased the game more, though? I think there's an argument to be made. Like, Daniel Hudson didn't look good in the 3rd inning. He hit a batter. He walked another guy. He was facing Anthony Volpe for a 2nd night in a row and then made a really bad pitch. Obviously, he didn't go to any of the leverage guys later in the game when it was close. You guys are okay with that?
You're up 3-0, and you have your 2 best starting pitchers coming up in the next 2 games. Yes, I think they made the right decision.
I just don't think they have a choice. Right, I mean, we can sit here and talk about genius this, genius that, roster construction, blah blah blah. They're not as deep as people think. right? And I just think what they've done, I think, is really kind of fine-tune their bullpen process, right? Where now it's kind of automatic. Hey, when the heart of the order comes up, you go to one of those leverage guys and kind of keep hitting them over and over again. And so it kind of minimized, right?
That's why Daniel Hudson was out there. The heart of the order was up.
Now, are you concerned at all about the fact that, like, and granted it was a kind of a garbage home run at the end of the game yesterday, but Kopech gave up that home run yesterday, and then Hudson gets hit today. Now, those are like two of, right? And then right the time before, like, Trinan didn't look great. Are you worried at all that these guys might be wearing down a little bit?
I mean, maybe. And I think this is part of, to your point, because what you said about the Dodgers not having a choice than to do it any other way, that's basically been Dave Roberts' explanation for this. And I think what you're seeing is part of that. Like, this bullpen hasn't been, because of these decisions that they've made, it hasn't been overly used in the postseason, but these innings still pile up. And the more you throw these guys out there at the end of what was already a long season for the Dodgers relievers, those kind of outings become more likely to happen.
I think a bigger worry in all this is Shohei Otani didn't look good tonight. The first time he looked like he's hurting his shoulder. He's running like this, Dylan. He's running like he's holding his shoulder.
I thought he swung pretty hard today. To me, it wasn't.
He did have a hit.
To me, it wasn't so much the swing.
I think he's really hurt.
To me, it was like the him chasing stuff out of the zone. Like, to me, we've seen Otani go through stretches like this. I mean, this guy, he's not, obviously, like, when he gets hot, he'll hit like 20 home runs in like 10 days, whatever. But he's not Barry Bonds, right? Where he's gonna just kind of like lock in on his area and not swing at a bad pitch. He gets into these stretches where he chases.
I didn't see him get the bat speed I thought he had. He didn't look right. He didn't look right.
But yeah, like the chasing out of the zone and the swinging at bad pitches, that to me has also seemed like the bigger problem. And if you couple that with the fact that the ones he can connect on, he might not have as much power, it's just another part of the dynamic now where it's like, yes, the Dodgers are still in a good position. Yes, they still should win this series. But it's getting a little dicey. I don't know, Mr.
Yes,
No Panic.
And yes, Dylan ate his way through the whole game. How much food do you have, Dylan? You're unbelievable. Because I went back to the cafeteria in the sixth inning. They were all out of food. They were all gone.
Yeah, I ate it all.
I watched you eat really tonight. Document.
That's why he's feeling better today. He got some sustenance.
You got at least 3 cupcakes.
Oh yeah, but I don't eat the frosting. I'm trying to watch my.
I'm
trying to watch my figure. I always scrape off the frosting.
The healthy part, the sugary cake, fattening part.
At least 2 hamburgers.
No, I had one. No, I had one burger, and then I had, but I had a couple chicken tender thingies.
Yeah.
And I had fries, and I probably had like 15 soft drinks. That's what gets you, man. Yeah, I don't know. I was thirsty.
He was busy the whole game eating and drinking.
And looking up the most memorable blown leads in
Yeah,
sports.
he was unbelievable. He's asking us about the blown leads and the Super Bowl. And meanwhile, I spent the whole game writing my clinching column. I've got a great column in the system for when they win. It's done now. I was taken aback when they lost tonight. I wasn't ready. I got a brilliant clinching column. When they clinch, it's brilliant.
You put the hex on him, man.
Plaschke?
The Plaschke
Never.
jinx.
Whenever could he jinx them?
Flash, how many teams have we killed over the years? Look what happened to USC, man. They barely got out of the gates and they were stumbling all over themselves.
It's pretty impressive. USC's like 4-4, and you guys both wrote they were going to the playoffs.
I had Newer Moss winning the Heisman Trophy.
Karcher can't even go to practice now.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can jinx some more. He already, has guaranteed that it
They're
ends
gonna win.
tomorrow.
They're going to win. This is all blather.
I think they lose tomorrow. It goes back to Los Angeles, and you know who's going to clinch it?
Yamamoto,
my guy.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
You'll be insufferable.
I will be. I'm insufferable now, I'm told.
People tell you that?
I was surprised at the Yankee Stadium when they closed it down the cafeteria in the 6th inning. They're going to keep it open later for us guys.
That was smart, man. I knew they were going to do that. So, you get out to like a quick start, kind of like the Dodgers want to, build a lead. And then and now that you're ahead, you can be more selective. You can attack. Attack.
I had like 5.
I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
Attack what? The bathroom?
Yeah, speaking of which, I used the bathroom many times tonight because I had 5 hot chocolates. So I'm looking at
they had a hot chocolate?
I was so sure they're going to clinch. I wasn't even watching the game. I was writing my column and watching Dylan eat. And I look up and they're trailing. They're going to lose. How's this happen?
You're gonna hit the panic button tomorrow if they lose.
Absolutely, I'm gonna go nuts. I'm gonna rip everybody.
And then I guess tomorrow I'll flop and I'll be like, "Don't worry, Yamamoto's coming."
I just panicked. I'm gonna send in the wrong column, the one where they clinch tomorrow's the only time we're gonna read how they won the World Series before we're in a sweep.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll be back here tomorrow, either cold and wet or with you hitting the panic button and you being the soothsayer.
My column's ready to go. I'm gonna enjoy tomorrow's game and watch the game like a spectator because my column is done.
What if they lose?
Then I'm really screwed.